North of Catilla, there is a random ice strip which you can land on. In the past, I've managed to butter every single plane in Project Flight, but now we'll be doing that again, except this time on this very ice strip. This time I have even more planes to land thanks to the addition of things such as the MD-11 and Metroliner. Let's get landing. We will be doing this in size order, which means we are starting with the Cessna 150A. If you're an avid viewer of mine, you would know from the short which I recently posted that the Cessna 150A is not only the smallest, but also the oldest plane in Project Flight. Anyways, let's do the landing. That was pretty easy, lots of space left. Next up, the Piper M350. Believe it or not, one of these in real life costs $1.3 million. Crazy, right? Super late landing, but who actually cares? There's no one here after all. Baron G58, similar to the Piper, overpriced. Decent landing, I would say. This plane is popular for being a plane used by the Red Arrows in their air shows. Let's try and put on as good of a show at the snow strip. Just for fun, I will have some red smoke on for the landing. Well, that's not ideal, but oh well. The Eurofighter is the fastest plane in the game. Unfortunately, speed is the last thing that we're going to need for the next landing. We made it just in time before the end of the runway. We are going to use the Cessna Citation with a bright yellow livery so that if we crash, we are easy to find. Now we are going to fly my favourite Australian airline, Link Airways. Probably one of the better landings that I've done today. The Q400 is next. Did you know that the Q in Q400 stands for quiet? That landing was surprisingly super fast. The Fokker 100 is named the Fokker 100 because it can fit around 100 people. Crazy, right? Well, it looks like the gear doors are open but my gears aren't down. Let's still try to land. We overshot, but at least we're on the ground and in one piece. Hopefully we can stop before the whoa. The Boeing 717 is very similar to the Fokker because it has two engines and a T-tail design. Despite the two being similarly designed, this landing was much better. The A220, despite being made by Airbus, is actually a Canadian plane, and it was originally designed by Bombardier until Airbus took a 50.01% stake in the project. Let's hope that the banana bus can save us from a hard landing. Looks like it couldn't. Maybe this Ryanair will be able to save us from a hard landing. After all, that's all they ever do. Yeah, finally a good landing. From Abu Dhabi to the world. Not sure they meant this part of the world though. Let's go. I decided to book their Air Europa livery since they once bought a Norse aircraft and it was quite the interesting combination. Also, I wanted Norse since they recently landed one of their 787s in Antarctica. Our runway of course isn't as long as the one in Antarctica, but this is part of the fun I guess. It's going to be difficult. We overran, but at least we didn't hit the trees. I think from now on we will have to landing from the other side because the other side doesn't have trees so close to the runway. We will try to land this FedEx MD-11 now. Quite interestingly, this is the only trijet in the game. For now, let's hope that nothing bad happens during the landing. This is really bumpy, but hopefully this won't affect our landing too much. Not sure what happened there, at least we didn't hit the trees, right? We will now be flying this British Airways 777. This is a very big plane, so it's going to be scary and dangerous, but we got to do what we got to do. We are now going to try a Kai-Tak style approach for the runway. Wish me luck. Looks like we're going to land short of the runway. We made it, and the plane seems to be in one piece, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing as we are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers so that I can buy a billboard in Times Square. If you have done that already, join my Discord server which is in the description. Thanks for watching, see you soon.